Hello, Brickman here. Now, next year, 2022, is a very special year. Why? It will be the 20th anniversary of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Now, why is that such a big deal in terms of LEGO, as the video title is talking about? Well, commonly LEGO and many other product companies like to really cash in on anniversaries of certain movies. And here's the thing, Attack of the Clones is probably easily the least popular in terms of how much representation it gets from LEGO Star Wars. LEGO Star Wars usually tends to produce the most original trilogy sets in the first place, and then even when we do mostly get prequel trilogy sets, they are rarely, very rarely, ever based on Attack of the Clones. Why is this? I mean, I'd just say that easily Attack of the Clones is not very popular. That's what they at least think. However, though, recently we actually got a UCS Republic Gunship, which is a pretty big deal, and this will also be the determinant of if we'll get more prequel trilogy sets in the future based on how the sales of this set goes. So if you're a big prequel trilogy fan and you want more LEGO Star Wars prequel trilogy content, you gotta go buy that for like $350. However, some of us still like to remain confident that nonetheless we will be getting some form of an Attack of the Clones wave next year, since it's been so long since we've gotten anything from Attack of the Clones. And so I thought it would be fun to speculate some of the sets that we might be able to get, and just in general a top 10 most wanted Attack of the Clones LEGO Star Wars sets that we could hopefully get at least, if not next year, in the next coming years. This list is really in no particular order, but I'm going to start off with personally my most wanted set. At number 1, we have the Bounty Hunter Pursuit. This, of course, takes place in the beginning of Attack of the Clones. We've had a set, only one set based on this scene many years ago, back when they had flesh-colored LEGO minifigures, and so the only version of Zam Wesell, an iconic bounty hunter character, is in yellow flesh. Very outdated stuff. Personally, I just think that this whole scene is very easy to recreate in LEGO. It's usually the type of stuff that LEGO makes into sets. That's why I'm surprised that it hasn't been remade yet. And I would definitely buy a remake of this set. An updated model for the Flash Speeder and Zam Wesell ship would both be very much appreciated, probably at the price point of like $40 if they kept it generally smaller scaled. Of course, you could have minifigures like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Zam Wesell. And if they were really bold, they could even add a little playset area for Padme, but I highly doubt that. Just an idea, though. Number 2 is a pretty highly popular suggestion, but something that I still don't even find as very likely. A Jedi Arena LEGO set. Little fun fact, apparently there was a prototype version of this years ago, because we can see a prototype model of one of the monsters from the Jedi Arena. However, it never met the light of day, of course. But if we did get some sort of large-scale Jedi Arena set, I think it would be pretty popular. Somewhere in the $100 to $130 price range, of course. And you could have a ton of Jedi minifigures and a ton of Geonosians and the monsters in buildable form. Whole lot of stuff going on there for sure. And here's just a mock-up image of what that could even look like. I don't own this image, though. The third inclusion on my list is something very not likely, but something I still really would like. A Republic Gunship, but minifigure scaled, okay? So, yes, this is pretty unlikely because we just got the $350 UCS Gunship, so, you know, why would they make another one at a cheaper price point? People would prefer a cheaper one, but something I do definitely want just at some point in the future, because it's been since 2013 since we got a minifigure scaled one, and personally I want a Republic Gunship in my LEGO Star Wars collection, but I do not want to spend $350 for it. So that's where I'm coming from there. Number 4, also some reasons why this one is actually kind of unlikely. Unfortunately, a lot of these things on the list are unlikely. It's a very sad fact of life, but I have the Jango Fett Slave 1. Why is it unlikely? Well, in 2019 we just got a big Boba Fett Slave 1, and then now this year, literally we just got another smaller scaled Boba Fett Slave 1, or as they now have to call it, the Boba Fett Starship. And then next year, I believe Book of Boba Fett is coming out, so Boba Fett's going to be pretty popular. It would almost be odd for them to make a Jango Fett set covering another just like re-skin or recolored version of Boba Fett's own ship. But again, it's something that I would personally want actually pretty bad, and I think a lot of other people can also agree that it's been very long since we've ever gotten anything like this. I think there's only been one version of this ever released, and again, that was also part of like the OG Attack of the Clones line. So yeah, it's certainly been a while. I think with modern pieces and modern figures, this could be epic. Of course, with Jango Fett, Episode 2, Obi-Wan, we could get young Boba Fett, and maybe if they were very bold, we could get some kind of Camino in one of the Camino people. Yeah, you know those aliens. That would require a mold. So a new mold. Yeah, Lego is usually kind of cheap on that stuff. But hey, I'm just trying to be a little naive here. Why not? At number 5, this is something that I wouldn't really have thought of a while ago, but I saw this awesome mock-up of the set. Again, I don't own the pictures, but for a Droid Factory set would be pretty cool. Just because this playset model kind of gives me a good idea of how well this actually would work in LEGO. It would be some pretty fun stuff. We could have Anakin, Padme in her white suit before it gets ripped, and then other characters, maybe a cheaper version of Jango Fett, and a few other characters as well. Easily could fit in there. They don't have to go too big on this, but it would just be a fun playset if we ever were to get anything like it. Number 6, okay, I'm gonna have to say this one's unlikely again, but it's a little unlikely because it was a dark scene from Attack of the Clones. I want Anakin's speeder bike, a remake of this cool set. Again, this set is so old, it only has been released with yellow fleshed minifigures. But imagine we get that speeder bike and some of the Tusken Raiders and their whole little camp. Yeah, it's a dark scene because this is when Anakin just goes ballistic and murders a bunch of Tusken Raiders, but, you know, the woman and the children too. But it would be, it's a cool little mini set that I feel sad to have missed out on the time that they did release this. And I do actually think that modern fans would dig this. Like, come on. Now we're going to get into probably some things that I don't need to keep saying are super unlikely, but number 7, we have Count Dooku's ship, or his solar sail, I think it's called, something like that. I believe you've only gotten one version of this set as well, this vehicle. And I wouldn't call it the most accurate to what it actually looks like in universe, so they could definitely make some major improvements on this. Minifigures would, of course, include Count Dooku. We could maybe get Geonosian leader people, maybe even a Palpatine in his Episode 2 variant. A number of options there. And in my list, it was between this and another version of Count Dooku's lair, but I didn't want to put too many playsets because playsets are usually much less likely than actual vehicles, so that's why I went with the vehicle instead of his lair again. But, you know, if we did get a remake of his lair set, that would also be kind of cool. All right, at number 8, we have the Spider Droid. It would be cool to get a larger scaled version of this than we usually get. This could just easily add to the Geonosian battle. Can't go too in detail with the minifigures. I mean, some random Jedi and a bunch of battle droids, sure. And the same remains for my next 2 spots. I'm just gonna go through these ones a little quicker. Number 9, I have the Tank Droid. Also a decently cool vehicle from the Battle of Geonosis. Could have a similar minifigure selection, but, you know, shaken up a bit. And maybe at number 10, I have the Hailfire Droid. Another interesting looking Attack of the Clones vehicle that is owned by the Separatists. But, you know, these last 3 vehicles that I happen to mention, while personally not as much preferred for me to be released, these are the things that have been remade in LEGO the most. It's just an embarrassing fact of how LEGO picks and chooses which sets they want to make. But yeah, those are my thoughts on 10 types of sets that we could possibly get next year. Ones that I personally want, ones that I've heard other people say they want, and we'll see what we actually do end up getting. Whether it's a whole wave of Attack of the Clones sets, maybe we'll just get one special set that says Happy 20 Years Attack of the Clones, or maybe we'll just get nothing at all, and LEGO won't care. I'm sure no one will bat an eye to that, huh? So that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. I'd love to hear what you guys want from this line down in the comments below. There is so much that they could always do, but LEGO just hasn't in many years. Poor Attack of the Clones, right? Come on, it deserves a little more recognition. So that all being said, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more videos coming real soon. Bye-bye.